Hi guys. We're gonna eat Wingstop while we talk about vaginal birth. So, we have fries. You guys can see them. Wingstop has the best fries. And he got fries too, because he didn't want veggies. And I got vanilla Coke, right? Or was it?
It was the orange vanilla.
Orange vanilla Coke. And what'd you get?
You know, I got that Fanta lime. Spruce it up, a couple twists.
For wings, I got original hot. What if they fell?
Dump them out.
No, original hot and...
Really, dump them out.
These are new lemon pepper, but they're like spicy lemon pepper.
On the phone.
It's a new flavor. No.
Just kidding. I got boneless. I'll dump them out.
Boneless, but what kind?
You know, lemon pepper. And I'm a scaredy cat, so I got hickory barbecue sauce.
Also, I get bone in and he gets boneless.
Yeah, because I'm spineless.
Yeah, and I got ranch and honey mustard. He doesn't like sauce, so no sauce.
I'm not gonna get sauce.
He has too much sauce already.
No, I don't.
Okay, so let's talk about birth.
Birth, yeah. How was...
What's like the most memorable part of the whole birth process for you? What do you remember? Like, what's the thing that stands out?
Of actual labor or like the whole pregnancy?
Whole thing? No, just the labor part. Let's do the chair. I'm not ready for the chair because it squeaks.
Just don't move.
I have to remember. Okay, so the most memorable part for Dave.
The most memorable part for me was probably the minute we left the house, because it was all fun and games, like going to
Not for
doctor's
me.
appointments.
I was already getting contractions when we left the house.
Right. I knew contractions were real and that you were in discomfort, so I knew it was serious then.
I was pretty good at
keeping your cool.
Like trying to be like, it's not too bad.
Yeah, you weren't really complaining at all.
Yeah. Remember
the whole time.
Okay, so I started getting contractions at night, and I was timing them because they tell you to time them. And then I called the hospital when they were like 5 minutes apart because I couldn't sleep at night, all night. And they said, sorry, try to get some sleep. Don't come in yet, not till they're 2 minutes apart. So tried to sleep, couldn't, was just contracting. And then at like 6 in the morning, I called again and I was like, I don't think I can be here anymore. So then we went to the hospital. BRB.
Hey, nap time.
Wait, talk.
On the way to the hospital was pretty chill. I think we just played jazz and just panicked a little. And again, she was a champ. She wasn't really tripping at all. Got there. Parking was a sitch.
We got VIP parking because remember the people that are going into labor get like special parking.
Signed in. It was easy. Got to our room super quick. The biggest...
My water didn't break.
What do you think the biggest cheat we did was. Like, what was the biggest thing we prepared for?
The class, the birth class.
And it worked.
Was the best. I think without it, we would have low-key, like, been fucked. I mean, been screwed.
Right, but like, out of all the stuff that prepared us for, what do you think came in handy the most?
You. Serious, because remember how they taught us to like breathe and help your partner breathe, and I think that was a big deal. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand.
I think the best thing that the class taught me was to pack and be prepared.
We didn't even like really pack stuff until the last minute. We were like trying to pack.
We didn't pack that much, but the stuff that we did bring came in handy, like pillows and chargers and speakers and fucking just stupid stuff. Like spare water bottles and whatnot, like new clothes, sweaters,
new underwear, even though
blankets.
Like I had to wear those like diapers when I left. Thinking I was gonna come out in my regular little underwear. So then we got to the hospital and they put me in a room and told me to get into the gown, and she stuck some fingers because they had to check like and see if I was dilated. And so she got some fingers and put them in and felt around the outside of the sac to see if the sac was still stuck on, or if it, like how much it had opened, how thin it was, all that. And I was getting contractions really like back to back. So they were like, okay, you're admitted. And when she did that, I felt stuff come out of my vagina, remember? And I was like, I think she like broke my water or something, because I started bleeding. And you were like, there's a little bit of blood, but don't freak out. It's not that much.
I remember that because she slipped her fingers in and she had like long, skinny ass bitch hands.
But that happens sometimes.
Yeah, but
I mean, that happens when they do. It's called a membrane sweep.
Right. I remember that.
And after that, I called my mom. And I was like, Mom, I'm being admitted.
Did your mom cry?
It was like 6:30 in the morning. So she was like, okay, well, it might still be like all day or 2 days or 3 days. So, but they ended up coming pretty quick after, right?
Yeah.
They showed up after. And after that, they moved us to a labor and delivery room where I was gonna give birth. And I could still talk through my contractions, and I was talking with my mom and dad and sisters. And but then they got really intense, remember, and I couldn't talk, and I was just like, time out. I would just be like, time out, and I would just breathe.
Yeah, you weren't like in the movies. It wasn't like in the movies at all.
Not till the end.
It's kind of like driving.
Not till the end.
Yeah.
So then, she wants more fries. Then, so yeah, we kept contracting. Stuff kept gushing, like coming out of my vagina. Like, it was like mucus and blood. And by then they had already given me these like huge pads, like the hugest pads you've ever seen. And these like mesh underwear, remember?
It was like a fishnet.
Yeah, fishnet, like mesh. Oh yeah, fishnet underwear. And the big pads.
It's like big as a dinner plate.
Bigger.
I really kept one. And we found it like cleaning the house months later.
Yeah.
And was like, what the fuck is this big? What's this big plastic thing? And then I unfolded it and I was like, whoa.
I can't believe that. So after that, so we got admitted at 6 in the morning. And I was just contracting. they kind of just leave you, right, in the room, and they're like, just do your contractions, and they'll, if you want like a yoga ball, you can use a yoga ball.
Remember, it was really busy when we were there, so they kept leaving.
Well, they do. They're not supposed to be there the whole time. Like, it can take hours. Mm-hmm. And we labored and labored. And then at like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, no, it was like 8 o'clock, my mom and sisters and my dad, they were like, we're going to go get something to eat. So they went to Sushi Land, which was like 2 minutes away. And that's when the doctor was like, or the nurse was like, do you want to go in the pool? Oh no, because I had been laying in the bed the whole time, contracting. And she's like, you should get up and do some different, like, yoga ball or something else. It might help, you know? Mm-hmm. And I was like, fine. So I got up. And we were doing, like, these ones that, like, I use you as, like, a...
Damn, remember all those stretches we did?
Yeah, that's what...
Like the sitting chair one, the stair walk one, the pull-up one, the squatting one, the ball one, the wall one, the door one.
And then,
damn.
So we did that for a while. They were pretty intense. And then while we were doing that, my aunt and cousin and my niece showed up, and I cried when I saw them, because it was like, by that point, the contractions were pretty bad. I didn't cry too bad. It was just like, oh, it hurts, kind of, just for a second. And then the nurse was like, would you like to go in the pool? I mean, the hot tub time machine.
I wonder.
And I was like, hell yeah, because originally I really wanted to do water birth, but they don't do water birth there, but you can labor in the water birth, or in the tub, so you can use it. So I said yes. They moved us to the room with the hot tub in it, the jacuzzi or whatever. And I didn't even have a swimsuit. I was like, I'll just go in naked. Remember?
I don't remember.
And I wanted you to get in, but you didn't.
We agreed to some reason why not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I had to go get you stuff or something.
Yeah. And then anyway, when I was in the pool, for some reason, that really
got it going.
Yeah. I think I was screaming. Not screaming, but I was like like moaning kind of loud, like in pain.
You were moaning pretty well.
But you were just like rubbing me and soothing and stuff. And
soothing.
I was like, so we were in there for like 20 minutes, and then I told the nurse, I was like, I think I'm like, I need a fart or poop. I don't know. Like, I feel some pressure, but I don't know. And she's like, okay, well, you might just be pooping or farting. Just let it loose. It's fine. We'll clean it up if we have to. Remember? And she left us again. And by this time, I was feeling like I was about to poop, like bad.
Yeah.
And my face was like weird. What did my face look like? Because I feel like it.
What do you mean? Your face wasn't
because
weird.
I feel like when it was the pressure, I feel like my face was like, you know, when you're on a scary ride and you're going down. I feel like that's what my face looked like. Did it?
No, you showed no signs of weakness.
What? When I was
you really stuck it like a champ.
Okay. Well.
Even when
I forgot to tell you guys that. After laboring for a while, my contractions kind of stopped. So then they had to put Pitocin in me, which it's supposed to induce your labor, so you get more stronger contractions, and like, so they start coming back again. So yeah. So by this time, I was in the pool. Felt like I was pooping or farting. And I was like, Dave, is there anything in there? Like, I would tell him to check in the water. And he's like, it's just no, you were like, it's just some blood. It's just some blood. A little bit of blood. I remember
this.
Yeah. Remember, you were like, it's just a little bit of blood. Don't worry.
The whole time you've been telling the story, I've been visualizing that exact scene. And then, sure enough, I see a couple little turtles float past. I don't think I knew what to say, and I think
But
I
you didn't-
lied.
you
I
didn't
think I
tell me.
lied and told you that there was no poop
Yeah.
in the water, but there was.
Yeah, that's bad. You should have told them because that's gonna be an infection for the baby.
That's
But anyway, after pooping in the thing, so then I called the nurse again. And I was like, "This is real. Like, I think something's coming. Like, a baby's actually coming out of my butt or something because it was like so much pressure. Like,
That's
I don't know how to
something.
explain it, but it was just so much pressure, and it was like the pain was like 10 out of 10, and they had checked me right before we went to before I went in the hot tub, and they said I was 6 centimeters. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh, because you only need a good 10 to have a baby. So anyway, then the nurse was finally like, fine, I'll have the doctor come in and check, but she was kind of hesitant, low key.
She came back like 2 or 3 times and like brushed you off.
Yeah. So then she's like, fine, I'll have my doctor come. And the doctor comes and she's like, oh my God, we need to get her on the bed now. Like, she's like about to have the baby. We need to start pushing. So how'd you guys get me out of the tub? I don't remember.
I think your dad, I think
No.
us men got you up there.
Heck no, because they were out eating still.
No.
They showed up when I was already pushing on the bed.
Are you sure?
I think
there was a large ordeal about getting you from the tub because you weren't walking.
Yeah. So I think they lowered the bed to the tub size, and then you kind of helped me up, and I just laid back in the bed. And then they were like, bring all her stuff from the other room in here because she's about to have this baby. And here, Frida.
This is you, Frida.
This is your story.
Mm-hmm.
So spicy. And then once I got on the bed, they were like, okay, we're gonna start pushing. They were like, we're gonna start pushing. And I was like ready. I was like, hell yeah. I watched so many YouTube videos of like how to push and birth vlogs and stuff. And I was like, I'm ready. Like, it's gonna be a piece of cake. Kind of in my head. Here. And so I pushed a little, and while I was pushing, my mom and my sisters and my aunt and cousin and niece like run in, and then my dad accidentally walked in and saw me like legs open and everything, remember?
Wow, yeah, I remember
and
that.
he just came in, looked at me, like we made eye contact, and then he went right back out. He was like, nope.
Damn, what do you think he said when he walked back, when he closed the door?
Oh my God, he was like, no, I did not just say that, no. And then, so then after that, I pushed, and they were like, hold your legs up, and I was like, no, I don't want that, that hurts, and they're like, no, you have to. And then, who held my leg, you or Fabs?
And Fabs.
Mm-hmm. Him and Fabs held my legs. I pushed, and I guess I pooped again.
And ripped your asshole.
I didn't rip my asshole, Dave.
Didn't you rip something though?
I had a tear in my vagina, but it was I only had to get 2 stitches, so it was they said it was a minor.
Damn, 2?
2 stitches, yeah.
I've heard of people getting like
10.
12.
Yeah. So that was good that I only got like 2 tears. So anyway, I pushed for 14 minutes, guys. And then, tell them what you saw. You saw her head come out and go back.
Oh, yeah. Frida's little head came out first.
Like all halfway?
Yeah, because she was facing downwards. Mm-hmm. You were on your back, and she came out facing down, with her face down to the ground. She came all the way out and lifted her head up like this. And then was like, fuck this, and then went down and sucked back in. And then I think they rotated her and then pulled her out face up.
And then she came.
Yeah, because when they pulled her out, it didn't seem like her shoulder got caught or her little feet got caught. Nothing. She just came right out.
Came right out. They put her right on my chest for skin to skin bonding, and it was recorded. So they recorded it from like behind me with the GoPro, and then Sarai was in front of me, like vagina, like from my vagina, and recorded it.
I never seen that one.
Really? I'm gonna show you right now. It's so good.
Wait, you have it?
So you can see her like coming out.
What?
It's wild. But anyway, you guys, I lost a lot of blood after.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they were like,
because of the Pitocin.
I don't know if it was because of the Pitocin.
I think so.
Oh, I don't know, but I lost a lot of blood, and they had to put like these. They said we have to put some tabs up your rectum, so they had to put some tabs up my
rectum.
butt, which I was like so nervous, but I didn't feel like, I don't even remember them doing that, to be honest, because I was so focused on like Frida. I was like, oh my god, she's here, you know, like she's here, and then I was like, wow, she doesn't look like me. Like that's what I thought. I was like, wow, like she came mad at me because she don't look like
For real?
For real. But I didn't think she looked like either of us. I was like, this is weird. This is not what I imagined her to look like. But she was so cute, and her eyes were so open, and she was just looking at me. And then, what happened after? There was something I was gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh, so after you give birth, you have to give birth to your placenta after. And that felt so good. I'm serious. It was like it was so good. It was like warm, like a warmth that goes through you. It was weird. It was really good. It felt really good. People say it hurts when they give birth to, like, because it hurts to give birth and then it hurts again to give birth to the placenta. But I thought it felt so good.
Probably because it was like something smaller, entering
compared to what
a large hole.
And I got to see my placenta. My mom took a picture of it.
I remember that.
She still has it.
The picture?
Yeah, the picture. We wanted to keep the placenta because in our class, they told us you can plant it and like plant a tree with placenta soil, and it'll be like the tree of life. Or you could eat it in vitamins, which I wanted to because it's good for you.
But it was like $6,000.
No, it was actually like $200. But remember, they were like, you guys have to have a cooler like right now in the car. Do you guys have one? And we're like, no. No, Frida, you can't.
You have to.
And then they also said we could eat it in chocolate.
Yeah.
Would you try it?
And then she was trying to explain it to us like, yeah, you just put the oven on broil. Leave it to 355 and do. You have chocolate placenta balls.
What if this whole time when we eat cookies, I snuck some placenta juice in it?
What do you guys think I should do?
Eat it. It's probably so healthy for you, to be honest.
Just think about it. What could the ultimate freaking vitamin do for you right now? Like, oh man, I woke up on time today. I'm energized. My hair and nails are great. My skin is great. My eyesight's amazing.
My hair and nails have been great. My skin has been great. It's just drink water.
What could placenta really do to fix your life, though?
I don't know. I guess.
Make you lucky.
Your turn to carry her for a little.
Okay.
Once you're done.
Eat, mama. It's food. Bite it.
So post-birth, after that, I felt really lightheaded after because I lost a lot of blood. I was starving, so they gave me like sugar. They gave me a bagel and like cream cheese. And then they moved us to the other room. I forgot what it's called. Mom and baby rooms. And the worst part about it all was after breastfeeding, because it hurts really bad, and your nipples like.
And sleep.
And sleep, yeah.
That was real hard. What we up for 3 days straight or something? No, well basically.
Oh, when we went home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was basically like.
I mean, because she wakes up she has to eat every 2 hours, and she was up every 2 hours. Like she wanted to eat. And then my nipples were inverted, so it was hard for her to suck. But then eventually they fixed themselves.
Damn, wasn't that crazy? That was like a big deal for you, was having inverted nipples. You were tripping all throughout your pregnancy, and then when the baby got here, up to like 3 weeks after, you were still inverted, right? Like the first month. Yeah.
That's probably another reason why it hurt really bad too.
Because it was coming out.
Yeah.
Want the world to know. Gotta let it know.
Yep. And also, I was really scared to poop after I gave birth because I've heard like it hurts so bad when you poop. It didn't hurt. Well, for me. But maybe if you're constipated, it'll hurt. Or if your poop's hard or something. Mine wasn't. There was something else. Oh, I was able to do it without an epidural, which I was really proud of myself because I really wanted to go as natural as I could with no medicine. So no epidural, no like nitrous or no IVs, nothing, right?
Nothing.
The only medicine was the Pitocin.
And that made it worse.
Yeah, and that makes it harder, and they had to do that. And then the other thing was whatever they put up my rectum when I bled.
How was that? Then they put little pills in your butt?
Yeah, but I didn't feel it. I was too like worried about like, oh my God, she's here. And then even after, I was like, I couldn't believe that she was really here. Like I felt like it was a dream. What about the
first night? Like when they first transferred us to the other room.
It was nice because my mom was there.
Yeah.
So she helped.
Yeah. Dang, and Miss Lourdes.
She stayed the night.
Yeah, Miss Lourdes traded me pillows. I remember that. I had a coat or some shit, and she was up on the second watch with you. Or third watch or something, and I was like sleeping with my coat, and she gave me her pillow. What a sweet one.
That was crazy, Dave. Like we went through birth.
Yeah.
I wish boys could go through it.
There's a video on YouTube about dick birth. It's a joke.
I know, but
what if the way they did it was like his penis swelled up into the womb, so your wang turns into like a big balloon. That's the womb, and then your dick pops at the end. That was what I was saying, like
your water break.
How do you think pregnancy rates would go if like every time a baby was born, a man lost his dick?
There'll be a lot less babies.
Frida, are you worth? You're worth my penis and all my toes.
Okay.
She's trying to burp.
That's it for the birth bit. The birth mukbang.
Yeah. From us, the Johnson Pardos.
And Frida. Frida's also going to have a YouTube channel, so be on the lookout.
Thanks for kicking it, and
I'm going to keep eating. Okay. Bye.